Hey there, YouTube land. So today we're gonna take a look at a reel that I promised to show you a few months back, and that is the Daiwa 7450 HRL. The H stands for high speed, and the RL stands for right left, and I'll explain what that means in a little bit. But let's take a look at some of the features. Very similar to a Mitchell reel, it has a push button removable spool, so you could change some out if you had some extras. It has, there's your anti-reverse, bail, it's an auto flip, just like a Mitchell. Um, and so the right left hand comes because you can switch the handle on either side depending on which hand you use. I'm right-handed, so my handle is on the left side, but if you're left-handed, you can switch your handle over to the right side. So, these were kind of some of the earliest reels in which you could do that. Both, I believe, Daiwa and Shakespeare made some of the first reels that you could convert. Whereas with reels like the Mitchells, you had to find, if you were left-handed, you had to find the odd-numbered variant of the even-numbered variant. And what I mean by that is, like, let's use a Mitchell 300 for example. That's the right-handed model. So if you were left-handed, you had to look for a 301, and so on and so forth. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. You can switch it over if you need to, and it's all good. So I'm going to put the spool back on. And you got to work it on there. There we go. So yeah, it's also got a clicker, like a lot of reels at the time did. So if you don't like clickers, I wouldn't personally recommend it. Clickers don't bother me, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's a pretty serious reel. I mean, it can hold very good amounts of line and even some heavier stuff. So according to what it says here on the rotor, it can hold 430 yards of 8-pound line, 315 yards of 10-pound line, 280 yards of 12-pound line, and 180 yards of 15-pound line. Right now I have Berkeley Trilene Big Game Line 12-pound test monofilament. I'm probably going to use this as kind of my as a bass, walleye, pike reel for the bigger freshwater game fish that are out there. Though I believe you probably could use this for some light saltwater action, like for lighter saltwater fish like porgies and sea bass, black sea bass, not stripers. Um, Probably two-tog as well. as well. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, it's a very good metal cased reel, and I'm sure that it can last a long time if you take good care of it. This one was made. It was made probably in the early '70s, but this one was manufactured in Korea. Some variants of the 7450 you will find were made in Japan. That's kind of the interesting thing about some of these older Daiwa reels is that some variants of them were made in Japan and others in Korea. This one happened to be made in Korea, but I do have a Daiwa that was made in Japan. That's my 130X, which I have a video showing you, so if you want to know about that, feel free to check that video out on my channel. But let's get back to this reel. So yeah, it's a very nice reel, very simple to take apart. If you want a nice reel but you don't want to pay as much for a Mitchell, get one of these. I found them on eBay for quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the Mitchell 300 reels, and they're built just as well and can last you just as long. Anyway, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe.